Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day so far, and welcome to episode number 10 in my debt-free journey series. I can't believe we're on episode 10 and that it's almost been an entire year since I've started my debt-free journey. So if you're new to my channel and you're new to this series, in July of 2020, I started my debt-free journey where I began the process of paying off over $18,000 worth of debt. Every month I film a new video for my channel where I go over the previous month and how much debt I was able to pay off. So if you've missed any of the other episodes, I'll have them all linked down below in the description so that you can catch up. So the first thing that I like to cover in my debt-free journey episodes is a general income overview for the previous month. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about my income for the month of May. So if you guys remember from my last debt-free journey episode, I talked about how April was the highest income month that we've ever had. I was really happy to be able to share that, and I would say that in terms of income, May was an above average month, but we definitely didn't reach the same level of income that we did for April. So we're still doing very well with our income. Our money has been steady, which is good, because when I think back to when I first started this debt-free journey, I was mostly freelancing. I was doing casual social work, I was making YouTube videos and teaching English online, but our income fluctuated quite a bit and I never actually knew how much I was going to make during the month. So sometimes we would really have to scrape by, where now our income is much more steady and stable, and I'm better able to predict how much money we're going to make, which is good because it just makes me feel more secure with how much money we're able to save and put towards our future house, and also how much money we're able to put towards our debt. One of the reasons why our income was a little bit lower in the month of May in comparison to the month of April was because sales were actually down a little bit in my Etsy shop. But that's okay, that's to be expected. You know, in business, you have some really good months, you have some not so good months. I would still say that I made a good amount of money on Etsy, but what happened was at the end of April, I sold out of a lot of my jewelry pieces, and the postal service was really backed up, so I wasn't able to get any new stock in to create new jewelry pieces for you guys. So my Etsy shop was left a little bit dormant for a while, and that is not good for the algorithm. Etsy really likes when you're constantly putting up new stock and new items to sell, and because I wasn't putting anything new in the shop, I guess Etsy wasn't really promoting my shop and there was nothing to sell anyway. So my sales were down a little bit, and that did affect our income for the month. That being said, there was something good that happened in terms of business and income in the month of May, and that is that I was paid for a sponsorship. So if you guys remember a couple of weeks back, I did a sponsored video on my channel with VIP Kid, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. But the good thing that happened is that I was paid for that sponsorship, so that was another little bit of money that I was able to add to my business account and add to my income overall. Oh yeah, I meant to mention this at the beginning of the video, but if you guys notice that my face is breaking out really bad, it happens to my face when I'm under a lot of stress, and my skin has just been really bad lately. We'll get into why I've been stressed out and why my skin has been bad a bit later in the video. That's why I really like these debt-free journey episodes, because I can kind of give you guys a little bit of a life update as well as how much debt I was able to pay off in the month. So the next thing that I want to chat about is how we were able to save money during the month of May. And that is a very easy answer because we actually did a no spend month for the entire month of May. So we only spent money on essentials and necessities and nothing else. No takeout, no extra purchases, nothing. We decided at the end of April that we really needed to do a no spend month during the month of May because we got in a bad habit of just spending way too much money eating out too often. So we really needed this no spend month just to have a reset and to get back into a normal routine of not spending money. We actually picked a really good month to do a no spend challenge because here in Nova Scotia, we went back into a lockdown because of the pandemic. Our COVID cases were rising, so for most of May, everything in the province was shut down. We weren't able to eat in restaurants, we weren't able to go and browse stores unless it was for essentials. So that actually made our challenge pretty easy. Specifically, I found that we were able to save the most amount of money on gas. I think I filled up my car one time in the entire month of May because we just weren't going anywhere, we weren't driving. So my car was just sitting out in the parking lot and I didn't have to spend any money on gas, which was really awesome. Another way that we were able to save a lot of money during our no spend challenge is just not being able to go and walk around and browse stores. How many times has it happened to you guys where you go into Walmart or Target for one thing and then you come out with $50 worth of items? This happens to me all the time. So because we weren't allowed to do this in May, it really cut down on our costs because those trips add up really quickly throughout the entire month if you're doing them on a weekly basis. So now that we talked about how I saved money, let's talk about how I spent money during the month of May. And I know I literally just said that I did a no spend challenge, so I didn't spend any money on anything other than essentials. That is is a tiny bit of a lie because I did spend money on non-essentials twice, and I'm gonna explain. So last month, my mom and my brother did a 10-kilometer walk together in order to raise money for Alzheimer's and dementia, and that's something that I donated to and put my money towards. And just as a little background, my grandmother has dementia, and she is actually in the process of passing away right now. It's really hard to talk about, and I didn't know if I was gonna be able to talk about it in this video. That's also why my face is breaking out and why I've been so stressed. So she lives in another province. She lives in Newfoundland and I live in Nova Scotia. And because of COVID and the travel restrictions, I'm not able to be with her right now, which is really, really hard. But my mom is with her, which is really good. So my grandmother lives in a nursing home. She's in her own room, and my mom has to sit on the complete opposite side of the room. She's not allowed to go near her because of COVID and because she's from out of province. So it's just been really, really hard. I'm glad that my mom is able to be with her at least. I wish I could see her, and it's just a really hard time, but I'm glad that I was able to donate to that cause during the month of May. And I wanted to let you guys know what's going on and why I donated money, and I didn't even know if I was going to be able to sit down and film this video for you guys today, but I think it's important when you're stressed and you're sad to find those little distractions and to still do things that make you happy. So that's why I'm sitting here. It really makes me happy talking to you guys, and yeah. So the one other time that I had to break my no spend challenge and spend money during the month of May was when I had to order takeout for dinner. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh my gosh, Christina, yeah, right. You had to order takeout for dinner. There was nothing else you could do. Because we were in lockdown, and I swear every single person in my city was ordering groceries through online grocery order. The groceries were really backed up, and we literally had no food in my apartment, and our groceries weren't getting delivered until a couple days later. So I was like, how the heck am I gonna survive? We have no food. What am I gonna have for supper? I'm so hungry. So I was like, okay, Christina, you're allowed to break your no spend challenge to eat. And I think that's important. We don't wanna be unhealthy. We don't wanna go hungry. So if you're doing a no spend challenge and you absolutely have to go out and buy food, that's okay. Okay, so let's go over my April debt recap and how much debt we left off with in the last debt-free journey episode. So as of the end of April, we were left with my student loan being $4,650. My car loan was left with $5,917.21. So as of the end of May, my student loan is now at $4,557.27, which means we paid off $92.73. As I've said in all of my other episodes, it's an automatic payment of $92 that gets taken out of my account for my student loan. This loan is the lowest priority for us in terms of paying off debt because the interest rate is the lowest. And because our car loan has a higher interest rate, we want to put all of our effort towards paying off our car loan first. So my car loan is at $5,263.37, which means we paid $653.84 towards my car loan. So the grand total amount of debt that we were able to pay off in the month of May 2021 is $746.57. It's funny because if you guys remember our debt payments from episode number 9, we were actually able to put more money towards our debt in the month of May than the month of April, even though our income was lower in May than April. And I really think that's because of our no spend challenge. So because we were able to save so much extra money, we were able to put more money towards our debt. So that's a piece of advice that I would give you guys. If you're trying really hard to pay off debt, try to do a no spend challenge so that you can put all of your extra savings towards your debt for the month. I always like to end these debt-free journey videos with the total amount of debt that I started with and then where we are now, just so that I can keep myself motivated. So in July of 2020, we started out with $18,363 worth of debt, and now we are down to $9,820.64. We are now down in the nines. That's all we have left to pay back. I know $9,000 is still a lot, but when you start out with $18,000, that's a lot of really great progress, so I'm very excited. It's crazy to think that next month in July, it'll be a whole year since I started my debt-free journey. I'm curious to see how much debt we'll still have left to pay once we reach the 1 year mark. Okay, everyone, that's it for episode 10 in my debt-free journey series. I really hope you guys liked it and that it inspired you to pay off your debt or keep saving, whichever one you're trying to accomplish. If you did like it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also hit the red subscribe button. Down below in the description box, I have some of the other videos from my debt-free journey, as well as my Etsy shop and my Instagram page, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!